Welcome to the programme. The battle for control of Afghanistan's Panjshir Valley is showing no sign of easing, with Taliban and resistance fighters both claiming they have the upper hand. The region, walled off by mountains north of Kabul, is the last to hold out against Taliban rule. There are reports of more fierce fighting between the National Resistance Front, made up of militias and former Afghan security force members, and Taliban forces. Both sides claim they've inflicted heavy losses on each other. A top US general has warned the conflict could lead to civil war. Let's get the very latest now from Charles Stratford, who's in Kabul on this. And we do start with that update that we need on the situation in the Panjshir Valley. A very fluid situation at the moment between the two sides.
That's right, so yes, claims and counterclaims by the two sides. We understand there's been heavy fighting in the last 24 hours. We spoke to people who were inside the valley yesterday. They said yeah, there'd been a lot of shelling, a lot of panic. The Taliban desperate to basically try and keep seemingly people away as well. The security situation there seemingly deteriorating. Massive concerns for what is understood to be between 150 to 200,000 people in the valley, mainly ethnic Tajiks. We understand, according to an Italian medical organisation, that they have been treating casualties inside the valley as well. The Taliban say, or had said this morning, that they'd taken control of 4 of the 7 districts. That is being refuted by the limited information that we're getting out of the Panjshir Valley. The NRF saying they're putting up stiff resistance. We're getting reports that they retook a town called Annaba, a district called Annaba, which is on the southern end of the valley. They said that they're reporting that they blew up a bridge to try and halt a Taliban advance. We know that the Taliban, certainly according to them, have surrounded the valley. We also know that the NRF have got a lot of weapons in there. When we were at the entrance or close to the entrance a couple of days ago speaking to villagers just outside the valley, they said that around the time or just before the Taliban took control of Kabul, there was a big effort seemingly by the NRF to get as many weapons as they could into the valley. They say that they've been preparing for this sort of fight for a long time, for years, so it's expected, it's believed there are serious amounts of weapons in there, but of course they are hugely outnumbered. The Taliban are obviously very strong, and as I say, they have surrounded the valley. It's important to say, though, that this isn't just one valley. This is an area with a number of different valleys in it, and as we know, it has been incredibly difficult for, firstly, the Soviets in the 1980s. They never took control of it, nor the Taliban. And this has massive ramifications, not only for, obviously, the huge concerns for the vast civilian population in the area, but also the politics of this country. The Taliban have been saying for the last, well, more than a week now, that they're at the point of announcing the formation of a new government, a government that they say is going to be inclusive of all ethnic minorities. Well, the Tajiks represent about a quarter of the population of this country. So some analysts are saying that they say it's inconceivable that the Taliban could come out and announce a new inclusive government with this ongoing conflict with that Tajik area, the Panjshir Valley. So, yeah, there are huge questions about the safety of thousands of people and the political stability of the country in general.